In one of the most significant blows to organized crime in Jamaican history, over 220 illegal firearms and more than 10,000 rounds of ammunition were seized at a wharf in a major law enforcement operation. This wasn't just a lucky break. It was a calculated interception that disrupted what could have been a massive boost to the criminal underworld. The bust, which took place at a Jamaican port, involved close collaboration between customs officers, the police, and intelligence units. The weapons were expertly concealed among imported goods, intended to slip through the system unnoticed. But sharp-eyed officials and solid intelligence work led to a thorough search that exposed the deadly cargo. As crates were unpacked and the weapons laid out, the scale of the smuggling attempt became clear. Rows of pistols, rifles, and ammunition were meticulously arranged for cataloging, each weapon representing a potential tragedy that was prevented. Officials described the seizure as one of the largest in Jamaica's history. Beyond the numbers, it signals the evolving nature of gun trafficking in the Caribbean and the sophistication of criminal organizations trying to evade border security. The Jamaican authorities have since launched a full-scale investigation to determine where the weapons originated, how they got into the shipment, and who was set to receive them. They're also working with international partners to track this case across borders, since smuggling of this magnitude almost always involves operations beyond Jamaica. This case has reignited national conversations about border security and the need for better screening technologies at ports. With so many weapons making it into the country each year, law enforcement leaders are calling for more investment in X-ray equipment, training, and advanced tracking systems. The seizures brought a sigh of relief to many communities in Jamaica, where gun violence has taken a heavy toll. The potential impact of these firearms, had they reached the streets, is almost unimaginable. Removing them from circulation is seen as a direct strike against gang violence and organized crime. Interviews with community leaders show overwhelming support for the operation. Many residents are encouraged to see decisive action and want to see these efforts expanded into long-term strategies that prevent future shipments from even reaching the ports. The smuggling tactics used in this case also reveal just how much criminal networks have evolved. These aren't crude, last-minute concealments. They're calculated, disguised shipments designed to look like legitimate cargo. That's why authorities are stressing the importance of constant adaptation and surveillance. While the seized weapons are now secured, investigators believe this was just one shipment in a possible series. The size and complexity of the bust suggest there could be a much larger network operating behind the scenes. Jamaican law enforcement is already working closely with regional and international agencies to identify links to other cases. The goal is not just to react, but to proactively dismantle the infrastructure that supports gun smuggling in the Caribbean. This bust has also prompted conversations about the country's legislative framework. Officials are pushing for stricter penalties for gun smuggling and increased accountability for those involved in illegal importation. Analysts say the ripple effects of the seizure will be felt for months. Gangs that may have been expecting these weapons will now be scrambling, and law enforcement could capitalize on the disruption to gain more ground. Some experts warn, however, that without consistent pressure and additional resources, smugglers will adapt and find new routes. That's why many are calling for a national task force dedicated specifically to illegal arms trafficking. Despite these concerns, the tone from authorities remains confident and determined. This operation wasn't just a win, it was a message. Jamaica is not a safe haven for arms traffickers. The video documenting this event has gone viral, shedding light on a problem that often flies under the radar. Viewers are seeing with their own eyes what kind of weapons are making their way into the country. The footage also serves as an educational tool for the public, highlighting how seemingly ordinary cargo can hide deadly contraband. This awareness, officials hope, will encourage more citizens to report suspicious activity. In many ways, this story is about more than guns. It's about national security, the power of vigilance, and what can happen when different branches of law enforcement work together effectively. What's clear from this operation is that Jamaica is stepping up its fight against gun smuggling. And while there's a long road ahead, this moment marks a pivotal step forward in reclaiming safety and stability for the people of the island.